What up, YouTube? Knowledge is self-determination. Back at you guys with some more boxing. So, Mikey Garcia versus Adrian Broner is set to happen in July of this year. Um, that's a good fight. It's a fight I'm looking forward to. Um, I think Adrian Broner and any of the top guys in 140 is a good fight because Adrian Broner has a style to make fights exciting. We all know what he struggles with: pressure, come forward fighters. We know he struggles with that. Adrian Broner doesn't make the right adjustments, but is Mikey Garcia going to be aggressive enough to actually bully a win out of Adrian Broner? Because this isn't a give me fight for either guy. I mean, in all honesty, this isn't a give me fight. Um, while Mikey Garcia is very works very hard and is very dedicated to the craft of boxing, to the sport, to the business of boxing, and Adrian Broner has more of a lackluster. Seems like he has more of a lackluster attitude towards boxing, or rather, he just doesn't seem to take anything too seriously. And it's really hard to stand behind Adrian Broner when he does all this buffoonery, and then when you have a brother like Barbershop Conversations, who actually corners Adrian Broner, gets him to an interview, and actually have a real man-to-man conversation with Adrian Broner. I got you. I got to give props to Barbershop Conversations, man. Like he really tried to talk to this dude like a friend, like a brother, like a big brother would talk to a little brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I want to see you win. I want to see you succeed, man. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you have to, like, he really tried to Adrian Broner. I've seen this kind of guy before. Adrian Broner has all the talent in the world, so he doesn't feel like he needs to learn anything new. He's rich. He has a more disposable income than the average American, so he doesn't feel as though there's anything anybody can tell him. You know, he he's getting all this attention. He's famous, and his ego is out of this fucking world. I don't know, man. I don't know who's gonna win this fight. Um, with all of that being said, is any of that gonna translate into the ring come July? Is Mikey Garcia's dedication to boxing going to trump Adrian Broner's natural talent and ability? Because you gotta admit the kid has natural talent and ability. He does. You gotta give him that. And Mikey Garcia is coming up in weight. Adrian Broner's power could be a problem for Mikey Garcia. You know what I'm saying? But I think, of course, Robert Garcia is going to devise a plan for his little brother to beat Adrian Broner. Of course, I mean, let's look. Let's look what happened with the Granados fight. Yeah, he won that fight. I actually think that was a pretty good fight. I think that fight was very close. And you can argue that Granados actually won the fight. You can argue that, but in any event, I'll watch some more film on both these guys before I actually do a breakdown and a prediction of who I think is going to win. But I think it's a good fight. Who's going to win? Hard work and dedication, or natural talent and ability? Natural talent and ability is a good thing, but hard work and dedication is going to carry you through. It's going to carry you through. I mean, where worst gets to work comes to worst, you can always buckle down and rely on the basics, a good sound fundamental knowledge and mastery of the basics. Does Adrian Broner have the basics mastered? Um, I'm sure he does have them mastered, but what does he fall back on and rely on when he gets into a jam in a fight? He doesn't seem to make adjustments well in fights, especially when you turn the pressure up. So I mean, look at the Sean Porter fight. Adrian Broner was seemingly outclassed in that whole fight. He was strong enough to hold the hell out of Sean Porter throughout the course of the fight, you know. But so far as any action or offensive output, that shit was null and void. Other than that 12th round knockdown, you know, that that was almost bad for Sean Porter because that shows that Adrian Broner does have some pop at 140. He hasn't stopped or dropped anybody else at 140 but Sean Porter. And yeah, that was a flash knockdown. It was a flash knockdown, of course. But what would have happened if Sean Porter didn't get up for that 8 count? That is very interesting. And could Mikey Garcia fall victim to that kind of, because we know that speed generates power, and Adrian Broner has fast hands, and Mikey Garcia is coming up in weight. I don't know, man. I don't know who to pick for this fight. Like I said, I'm gonna watch some more film on these guys, and then I'll do I'll make a pick then. But this is just to get the fight out there, to talk about it. This is big stuff in boxing. This is a good fight. Um, which one of these guys is going to end up fighting Terrence Crawford or Ndongo? Right? I mean, we man, this is really looking good, man. I like the way the divisions in boxing are starting to look like they're starting to wrap shit up and get things together, get things in order. Um, Now we do have the issue with Ndongo, and what is it, the IBF trying to make him fight a mandatory fight as opposed to a unification bout with Terrence Crawford, which I think trumps, and according to their rules, trumps a mandatory fight. You can, they have it in their rules where you can forego your mandatory if there is a unification, if for a unification fight, a big super mega unification fight that helps shape up the division. I'm paraphrasing that, but to a greater or lesser extent, that's what the IBF rules are. So they can forego this mandatory, for this kid who the fuck even knows who he is, but believing that he's earned his shot when when he got a Lucky Charms ass bump up in the rankings. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm not going to focus on that. The unification bout between Terrence Crawford and Ndongo is an important fight. That's what should happen. Everybody else who is not Terrence Crawford and Ndongo should be fighting for the right to fight the winner of that fight, right? Mikey Garcia and Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner beats Mikey Garcia. This puts him right in contention. It should, at least. If Mikey Garcia beats Adrian Broner, he may as well just fall into obscurity. But with his persona, people are still going to want to fight him because people are going to want to shut him up. People pay to see Adrian Broner lose as opposed to paying to see him win for the most part. But that is what it is. In any event, this is a good fight, man. There's plenty of competition at the 140-pound division. You know, um, Victor Postal's crying about getting a fight. Man, there's guys in the 140-pound division that you could fight. You know what I'm saying? To help shape up the division. But that's just my opinion. I believe that all the rankings, all of the weight classes should be doing this. It looks like welterweight's doing it. We just had a great fight with Errol Spence and Kell Brook. The welterweight division starting to shape up somewhat. The heavyweight division starting to shape up. Middleweight look like it's trying to shape up. Um, Although Billy Joe Saunders is fighting Kurtzitze, this clown won't fight another champion to save the skin off his ass cheeks. Like, he won't fight anyway. I'm not going to focus on that. And 154 looks like it's shaping up somewhat as well. It's a lot of good fights to be made. But back to the 140-pound division. This was an excellent fight. You know, to think of who would end up fighting Terrence Crawford or Ndongo, because it's not a given that Terrence Crawford is going to win that fight. And I'm going to have to talk about that fight later too, because that is a good fight. So I'll have to watch some more film on Terrence Crawford and Ndongo also. Um, Even though this fight hasn't been set because of that bullshit mandatory that it seems like the IBF is going to make Ndongo go through, it's going to make us wait a little bit longer. But if it does, it's just more time to get my thoughts together on who could win that fight. But Adrian Broner and Mikey Garcia, this is a good fight. This is helping. This is good for boxing, man. It's really good for boxing. I don't know who's going to win. Who do I want to win? I'd like to see Mikey Garcia win. I really would. I really would. He's a good kid. He's down to earth. He's humble. You know what I'm saying? He takes boxing seriously. As I said, it's hard to stand behind Adrian Broner when he is constantly making a mockery of himself in a boxing period. It's hard to stand behind him, man. It's hard, it is even harder to see that he has all these black men around him and in his life, and it doesn't seem like he gets anything positive from them at all so far as how to be a man or what kind of man he should be. Like, he's a guy you can't tell shit. And I don't know, it, even cats run out of lives eventually, right? But anyway, this is a good fight. I don't know who I'm picking. Like I said, it's hard to stand behind Adrian Broner. You know, it's hard to stand behind him, man. He is a very unsecure investment to make. Mikey Garcia is a more sound investment to make. However, again, with Adrian Broner's natural ability, he has a trump card at all times. He can turn the tide of the fight, possibly with a single punch at 140, being as though Mikey Garcia is coming up. But I don't know. Man, I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll wait and see. What's going to win out? Hard work and dedication versus natural talent and ability. Who knows? Let me know what you guys think about this fight and who you think is going to win and why you believe they will win. Peace.